I wanted to ask Eric, I mean, there's the conversation about bringing in undocumented immigrants and going through that process and making them, legal, and the impact that would have on the workforce. I mean, there's been conversation I've heard where at this point in time, with the birth rate having slowed down and with so many boomers dropping out of the workforce, that there's actually gonna be not enough workers in the workforce, and somehow this might balance it out. But how does that play out coming from somebody who represents labor?
Well, again, I mean, I think as long as our economy needs people to work, and as long as people, no matter where they are in the world, need a better place to work, we're always going to have immigration, right? I mean, immigration is not going to stop because we decide to criminalize people or we decide to, take a harder line on people. We, just like the war on drugs hasn't stopped, drugs happening in the country. It's just really criminalized, people who are, caught up in that system, right? And this is what has happened with our immigration system now, right? People are coming here, because, they are escaping poverty, escaping war, looking for better jobs, and our economy is looking for people like that. I think ultimately the big question is, what are the minimum standards in terms of the dignity that we as a country believe that people should have, no matter where they're from? And that the best way to protect those standards, no matter whether you're an immigrant or you're a native-born citizen of the United States, is to make sure that everyone is treated equally. We come in, I go all the time into meet with workers in mostly low-wage industries in South Florida, and a lot of those work sites, people speak 3 languages. They speak English, they speak Creole, they speak Spanish, and they come from a lot of different countries. And they get, kind of brought up in a system that divides people and that makes people think that they are competing against each other. And the first conversation we have with people is, ultimately, no matter what part of Miami you live in, no matter what language you speak, you're all working for the same low wages and not getting any benefits. And so the first thing we got to do is to stop distrusting each other. And we got to figure out we got to come together, and we need to go to where the money is, right? And we all got to fight for something better together. And so, ultimately, that's the mindset that we've got to take into this debate, right? That we all do better, no matter where we're from, if we don't have a whole class of second-class citizens or second tier of people, and that's going to allow us to all work together to bring our wages up. That's going to all allow us to try to seek more investment in our communities. It's going to open up people to start new businesses and help revive our economy. And this is probably one of the best things that we can do to help save our plug the holes in our budget, save our Social Security system, revive the economy. This is what we need to be doing right now.
There's some people, though, Eric, that just don't disagree with that kind of thought of equal opportunity. They use certain words that infer a different ideology per se, another type of ism. Let me just say that. This whole idea of a rising tide. One of the things that we need to be cognizant of, there are people that are not comfortable with them because they forget they are the us, right? And we are going to have that type of opposition in this debate, this type of fear, this type of unfamiliarity with the unknown within our community, even some people from that same ethnic group. So when people talk about, taking away jobs, and I hear that they're going to taking away our jobs, take back America. Like, taking back what? What to give you what? And then that whole conversation, I think we really need to have a real serious family discussion as Americans, whether birthright or naturalized. And I think that is the heart of this fear and unfamiliarity. We need to kind of take a nice warm shower. And everyone just needs to like lather up and just and just wash away this type of this. I think this is the heart of it. It has nothing to do with law, policy, and politics. It's just human dignity, and human relationships as to who we want to be as Americans. That is really the heart of it. If we can get that out, and I think I'm very, very excited about where we are politically in terms of the both sides in the Senate and the House trying to figure it out. And I think that if they can figure it out personally, they can make better policy.
I think the challenge is going to be how do we reach across to those people who are on the other side of the table who, you know, have the point of view that, well, they're coming to take our jobs, this is bad for our economy, you know, there's unemployment, you know, how am I going to get a job when this person actually speaks Spanish and I don't? And I think the way to really combat that rhetoric, again, is with statistics and the economic argument. I mean, I do agree 100% that it is the right thing to do and it's the humane thing to do. I mean, unlike how Mitt Romney said, self-deportation, you know, this concept. And basically the concept behind this was if we make it terrible enough and miserable enough for these people, they will get up and leave. You know, so what do? They take away driver's licenses, you know, and now we have laws like in Arizona where, oh, well, you know, it looks like you have a broken taillight, so I'm going to pull you over and I'll look into your immigration status while I'm at it, you know. So it's just this idea that if we made it terrible enough that these people were going to get up and leave, and that's not the reality. Reality is that they've probably been through much worse in their home countries, and, you know, as long as they can be here and live here and work and lead a decent life, they're going to stick around, and, you know, their children have become part of our society. But I think to really reach out to those people who are not convinced and don't buy into the humanitarian argument, it's the fact that this is a good thing for our economy.